What do you think of my comps? Again, I thought, you could go Alonso, Musgrove, but I thought Olsen, Gosman, and the way they just got paid and hit the market made sense.
I think he actually undersold them. I think if you look at his career ERA plus and his career OPS plus, the ERA plus is basically Garrett Cole. The OPS plus is basically...
Yeah, but he's not doing the volume that they're doing.
I was going to concede that, but the OPS plus is basically...
Well, I preconceded it and didn't use them.
We'll start with pitching.
You can't pitch that much.
This year, he's better ERA plus than Shane Bieber, Cole, and Strasburg for his career. That's the pitcher. Now there's the other Ohtani. Same OPS plus this year as Springer, and for his career, he comps to Acuna and Vladdy. So we're talking about not just greatness, we're talking about the best of the best, DK.
At both. And the pitching blew me away, watching him in real time. And you know how I'm not big on body language? I love the body language. He's going downhill. I'm getting very baseball-y. Downhill, confident, convicted, and committed to what he was doing. It was marvelous to watch.
Yeah, I liked your comps. I did this exercise a couple weeks ago, and I had Robbie Ray and J.D. Martinez, which added up to $45 million, about where you were. But you left out one thing, which is the marketing aspect, which I will estimate, although I know nothing about marketing or business, as I mentioned earlier, at $15 million. So that would bring them up to $60 million. Now that's not going to happen.
Wait, you just threw 50? You don't know anything about it. I'm going to add $15 million a year for the branding. All right.
Yeah, I've read that that's what he makes off the field, somewhere up to $20 million. So I'm going to say it's worth $15 million to the team. I may be wrong, but that would bring him up to $60 million.
Okay.
Now, that's not going to happen. We did see the salaries bump up with Scherzer. $36 million was the record, went up to $43. That's quite a jump. I don't think it'll probably jump up that much, but certainly will be higher than 43 or 45. But it won't get to my 60, but the way I figure it, that's what it is.
Okay. Look, the branding is worth something. He's a superstar. Yeah. He makes your club, gives your club an emphasis. Fannies in the seats, as they say. I'll say this, though. The concern, of course, is still how mercurial and volatile it is to do both at the same time. Because if you're thinking, hey, I'm going to sign him to an 8-year deal, and I'm going to get 600 plate appearances and 200 innings. That's not happening. That's not happening over the life of the contract. That's the concern. So I think those two things kind of offset. I'm still going 44 to 45 million a year, but those two things offset.
Okay, I just want to be clear on this. You're in favor of him doing both right now, or you're not? Because I did 20 shows with you last year where you said he can't possibly do both.
I knew this was coming.
I'm saying he is doing both right now at the same time. I would be concerned about laying out an enormous amount of cash, a franchise-changing amount of cash for my club to someone who's trying to do the near impossible. Does that make sense?
I don't blame you. And then there's another consideration if you're the Angels. They've already got Mike Trout under contract for 8 more years at 35 plus a year. They've got Anthony Rendon at 38 a year for another 4 years. So that's, that's $73 million for those two. You're going to pay Ohtani 40, 45, 60?
Probably can.
What team?
Probably can.
What team can afford to pay 3 players, 110, 120, 130 million?
Yeah. Is he headed to the market then? That's what he's saying.
Well, I'll say this. One rival executive, not with the Angels, said to me, they absolutely have to sign Ohtani. And if they do, they absolutely cannot win with those 3 players that Jason was referencing. They are right now the most top-heavy team of all time. They have 2 of the greatest players ever, and they still have a losing record. So they may have to figure out what to do. I mean, is that possible? I mean, Mike Trout, my favorite player. Would you trade him? He's got 10-5. You know, I don't know.
Trade Trout.
I'm trading him to the. If I'm trading him, I'm going to the Phillies. They can use a center fielder. He's from Philly.
All right.
I
actually wrote about this a couple years ago. He would go to the Phillies.
Yeah, that's the one place I think he would agree. Right. You got Harper there, his buddy. He lives there in the offseason. I'm trading him to the Phillies, but I'm getting a lot for him.
I love that John Heyman says, I don't have a mind for business, but I'm going to trade Trout. I'm going to pay this guy $60 million a year. I'm not going to pay Judge. All these decisions.
I pay Judge long term. I think Judge is fantastic. I just wouldn't give him $2 million extra after he's already agreed to the 19.
I would have just given him 4. I wouldn't have gone to today. I wouldn't have even gone to today. But I think they saved themselves bad feelings anyway by settling.
Both sides did a great job.